and that's really limiting.
Is this just going to be Cannon, Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it is!
Yeah,
oh
it is.
no, the nightmares are coming true!
Because you need AP damage one way or the other, and if you're going to put Chovy on the Lee Sin, this is the only way you can really do it.
I mean, no. Chovy's on Ornn, definitely. I already cursed this. I cursed this ages ago, Wolf. Gonna have to be good, but I also think that maybe the Jhin is completely irrelevant because the 4-1 from Liv Sandbox is fighting a lot of tanks. Ornn, pretty big tank. And, of course, I guess Vista theoretically going to be something similar as, okay, in they go. The dominance is there, and Chovy has been fully baited in. First blood goes over to Croco. No, we're not. Let's have a look at the replay, Wolf.
Yeah, we'll watch this one more time. So look at Fate's health bar before this. Oh, never mind.
Yep, we're going to jump immediately back into live as Vista, only level 5, as the Ornhorn goes completely wide. Willa safeguards out as Deft is going to miss his ultimate. And unfortunately, that just means some extra beef.
Equalize a lot of that Rift Herald gold. Croco takes this, and for what? The scuttle? Like, Chovy is so far away, even though he is going to have his ult here. It's just not worth it. Like, what? And then Willer gets exhausted, but it still just gets out of here. But that almost is 2.
I mean, a whole lot of vision available as Willa up here towards the top side. Croco lying in wait as in goes the hook shot for the stun as Morgan keeps himself alive for quite a while, but the kick is just going to get Croco out of there. They might even be able to kill Willa as well, but he has the safeguard to get himself out. Decides to use the control ward instead of the minion wave, which I don't necessarily. Yeah, he's going to be able to clear the minion wave as Summit's going to make his way in now, and Willa does show up. Okay, they look for the stun. There's the flash out. Summit now well and truly deep under the turret. The kick back, but he wasn't even tanking. Croco uses his whole health bar to keep his top laner alive, as now Deft is looking to try and get the snipe here for the steal. Almost the turnaround from Summit, but it will be the kill taken by Morgan in the end.
And it was a little bit greedy from Liv Sandbox to go for this. And now, trying to take the Rift Herald here. They are really pushing the envelope right now.
Yeah, Effort taking some piercing arrow damage. Does need to be careful, as he loses a lot of his engage ability if his health bar's at half. It's Fate now, facing off against Chovy. It's not going to be the leash on the Rift Herald, but it looks like Hanwha Life Esports do want to go for it. Deadly Flourish not going to connect onto Chovy there, who's now just trying to get this wave pushed back. Searing charge. Safety of the turret is going to be there, but Liv Sandbox grabs some control here of mid. Now should be able to move it on up towards the Rift Herald once again.
They're trying to start a reset on this. It's really close.
The engage combo between this Ornn and the Cannon is very scary. Look at the positioning of Liv Sandbox. They are stacking up. There's the headbutt as Croco's going to have to get out of there. No Moonfalls for you. As Willa does lock down the Rift Herald, but is the re-engage going to be there? Effort goes down solo. Willa secures the kill with the resonating strike. Great pulverize from Vista, keeps him alive. As now Hanwha looking for the turn. Willa gets over once again as Croco goes low. Now Fate is looking to try and take him down, but Willa survives. Prince is able to get it just at the end there.
When that Ornhorn second hit comes through, as this is where you don't know Willer's here and you commit the worst possible moment, and Morgan flashes so perfectly. We might see this again on live, by the way, but watch Summit almost still kill. This is what I was talking about. Camille, you just can't deal with her in the side lane, and even in a dive like this, she's almost able to trade it back.
That was just ludicrous, but also looking at Croco as well, just tanks the turret for the entire time. This was cool. The setup from Vista into Chovy's ultimate made sure that Croco was never in range to get that Moonfall in there. He still managed to flash in, but wasn't able to get the full value.
Yeah, and the Ornhorn just really zoned out the Diana at the beginning of the fight. She had to use her belt to get out, which meant she couldn't actually easily close the gap and go back in. And that's like, there's just so many things going well here for Hanwha Life Esports that you suddenly...
the Gale Force to take him down. A lot of brushes for everyone to be hiding in as the Rift Herald goes down. It's going to be wandering a long way down the bottom lane.
Liv Sandbox, I think, should play. Start giving this up. They're going to lose so much for it.
Call is certainly odd.
Yeah.
Not sure why that button was pressed, as Chovy is going to get his first ornament. Hits level 13. Has to flash out of the way at the hook shot, though.
Ooh, they're really just trying to push the issue here. Liv Sandbox, and I think after the Chovy flash, and you know exactly where he is, I think you might be able to go in on this.
Yeah. Chovy going to be able to get the Searing Charge knock up there onto Summit, whose tactical sweep doesn't exactly do that much.
Renekton has to go deal with the charging Rift Shell. This is why I just thought, okay, you probably have to back off of this one, Liv Sandbox. Now they're grouped. You can't win this. You've got to go get other objectives on the map.
It looks like they're going to try and trade for a turret, but unfortunately they don't have any minions there, so that is going to be Willa locking down the Drake.
Do not have vision of this. They had vision everywhere else.
Yeah, that's just going to be the Baron started. All right, curtain call just to try and spot what's going on as effort moves on over. The Baron's down to half health. Only 4 members here, of course, is now Morgan going to be moving back towards the base. Fate getting pushed out. Willa still on this one as Croco. He can steal this one away. We know that Sandbox very happy to steal as Deft immediately cleanses. He's going to go golden as well as Chovy gets on in here. Can they keep their Varus alive? No is the answer as Croco just eliminates him. Now Morgan finds the ulti. That's going to be on to 4 members. Goes golden at the very end as Willa's trying to keep himself alive. Dives back forward as well as Chovy trying to keep that fight going, but it does not work. Summit is just invincible this game, and that is going to be the ace. Liv Sandbox, I think, have hit critical mass, and Hanwha, they couldn't stop it.
No, certainly not. And this is what I was talking about. Eventually, you have to 5v5 fight. Eventually, you will have to fight Hanwha Life Esports. And my biggest concern for Sandbox was that they weren't able to actually use their pressure to collapse in and punish. But this time, it's the Baron itself that sets up the perfect fight. And look at Croco's positioning here. He's got the long wraparound, and as soon as they actually have the engage here, Hanwha Life Esports does, it gets turned on its head in an instant. And yes, we do see the very late Morgan ultimate come through here, which is on to 4, but the fight is already over. It's too little too late. And yes, Chovy gets the big knock-up, but there's no damage, there's no follow-up. They killed the Varus immediately. That's all they needed to do. That's going to be a Baron going over to Liv Sandbox here. Should be the 3rd Drake as well.
There's Chovy looking to try and grab himself a kill onto the Crocodile, but I mean, it's going to just take a really, really long time.
Yeah.
For any of this to really happen, as I think Fate pressed his W button, but not actually
click on
utilize that.
Yeah. Doesn't have his stopwatch, so Fate is trying to bait this because his teammates are running. Like, he actually is like, come at me, Chovy, and Effort and Prince are rotating over.
Yeah. We do have the Ornhorn coming out. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Oh, very delayed. Does manage to lock that one down. Chovy's really dead as the Drake is taken by Liv Sandbox. Vista now getting turned on. And I'd like to say that Chovy gave his life up for something bigger.
But sadly, you can't.
Yeah, can't really. Yeah. Willa takes a lot of damage and may just die as Summit looks for the ult, doesn't get it. That moonfall onto 3 was huge as Croco flashes forward. Not a lot of follow-up though as Vista gets the pulverize. Croco now going to get taken down as Morgan just at the last second finds the Zhonya's. Fate is going to be able to finish him off, and unfortunately they just do not have the damage as Vista gets taken down. In goes Summit towards the back line, and it's all just elementary in the end. Liv Sandbox will push for the win.
Very, very close game throughout the early to mid game, but once we got to the mid game, the side lane pressure that was never dealt with just really started to pull Hanwha Life Esports apart. The Ornn mid pick, the spike on the ground.
Doing the most damage in the game, by the way.
I mean, a lot of that it was actually not just in the first 15 minutes. As you can see, a lot of it was later on. Because
I mean, it was when he was just smacking Fate around.
Exactly. He was like, okay, I'm going to hit Fate a lot in the early game on that white part of the bar, and then on the later part of the bar, I'm going to hit Fate a lot as well in the side lane.
Anyway, so I think that's fine.
Fate looking to play a scaling AP mid laner here. The Azir is also going to be pretty strong against Orianna post 6. You have some kill pressure there, actually. It ends up being a lot more threatening. It's a matchup where you're not just going to get bullied by the Orianna, and they already took away the Syndra, so we're not going full control mage. We're just going down the Azir path here, so I like this adaptation here for Liv Sandbox, a champion that Fate is pretty good at.
Yep. Does take a lot of power away from Croco.
It's going to be very difficult, but I think if there's any team that can pull it off, it's Liv Sandbox.
Absolutely. There's also the fact that Trundle synergizes so beautifully with...
Well, let's see. Summit has no vision of him whatsoever. He's verified that with his sweeper, but Summit is playing it safe. He's like, Summit's not right. I don't know where their jungler is.
Yeah, there's the flash forward. Let's see whether Summit can survive. He flashes, but flashes towards Croco. As now they're seeing who they can actually take down as Croco takes basically no damage.
The pillar's so good!
Blast is massive, but the pillar doesn't actually stop him from walking through. You know, HLE making it to the world. She's experiencing more Summoner's Rift than she often does, to be honest. As Chovy is going to get flashed on as they get underneath the turret and just wiped off the face of the Rift.
Oh man, Effort is... He and Kerry are vying for best support in the LCK. I think Kerry has still got the title at the moment, but this guy is everywhere all the time on the map. very successful.
고맙게,
As we're
고맙게.
going to watch this, his effort's very loud
확인할게.
with this call. He's like, I'm going, I've got ult. And
맞다.
boom.
생해줄게,
Solar
세영아.
flare into
아,
the
빼봐.
burst
나이스, 나이스.
divide.
잘했다.
Get out of
전령까지
here,
먹어봐.
good job.
얘들아, 보집.
And, you know, very, very clean.
Indeed, as Fate looking for the Emperor's Divide. The flash comes out as Effort comes back again. Willa, though, now loses control of his mid lane. Should be able to take the Rift Herald as, oh, it's down to 2 health as Croco manages to get it. He will die for it, I believe, yes, as the needlework is going to finish that kill off. As Fate off to the side, not actually able to participate. Shockwave lands onto Effort. He's going to be taken out as well. As Hanwha, they may have botched the Rift Herald, but the Rift Herald's not going to be able to get any plates. And also, they managed to win the ensuing fight. Couple of plates do go down there, though, as now Summit fighting against Morgan. Flay avoided beautifully by the Jace. The hammer pushes back Morgan, and Summit's already traded 1 for 1. You're going to say it's 100% worth.
Oh, absolutely. 2 health, I think, actually,
yeah, it was.
as we called out. Like,
I'm not sure who actually picked it up.
It was Renekton.
It was actually...
Morgan picks it up, the smite is missed, but they get it. And Morgan picks it up here right away, and so he's going to be the one who gets it, which is
fine.
Amazing, but it's fine. The Summit dodges everything. This is such a god in this moment. Wants to kill Vista. Lantern gets placed here, and Summit's like, no, I'm going for this. You guys can't just walk away from me here and give the kill to Willer. I'm actually going to take Vista with me. He was so close to actually executing on the turret, but he decided, I don't think I'm going to get this. I know Gwen's nearby. Just going to go for the kill, so turns it earlier here. And the question mark ping as well.
Yeah.
Coming down from one of his teammates. Can't see who it was, but anyway. This ends up being a really nice trade. I don't know what he says.
아깝다.
Aw, what a waste. Going forward here on some of these upcoming objectives is not amazing.
Well, this is a 2v2 as Effort is going to get stunned. Willa definitely not immune, as we can see. Going to go golden for the moment, but yeah, not dashing out of that one. That's going to be the kill going over to Croco. And Hanwha Life Esports are not able to respond with anything.
That's a lot of shutdown gold as well, going over to Live Sandbox. And what I was going to say...
also Soul Point.
Yeah, what they really have, the real advantage they have in this game is the Drake advantage. And to get picked right before this extremely critical moment, I mean, this is on the rookie jungler player here for Hanwha Life Esports. Willer, his ult works is always going to be great for you, and his pillar is going to work no matter what level he is, no matter how many items he has at Summit.
Yeah, we got a lot of wards in this brush as Willa takes so much damage. Summit trying to chase after him, but it's not going to be enough. Willa's going to fall. It's a 1 for 1 on the bottom side, and that is what you want from your split pusher. Star going to get away. So let's have a look at this one more time.
He already had his acceleration gate up, so he doesn't even get to use it in this fight. Flashes onto the mist so they can guarantee the damage. So well played by Summit. This guy is a master at dealing with Gwen. So dangerous.
As Chovy's in the mid lane, they don't have their shockwave for this skirmish. There's no turret here either. Solar Flare goes down as Fate is going to immediately get rid of Morgan. Chovy teleported in. Can he find a shockwave to try and turn this fight around? The box is fantastic, but Willa is dead. No smite available for the Ocean Soul fight. And the shockwave's still there. I mean, theoretically, they could try and go for something. There's still some damage.
No ults for Live Sandbox, so you
3
really have to
versus
respect
5. Do you think that this is ever going to happen? I don't think
so, but you got to try, I think. You can't give this up.
Chovy's going to get into the brush.
Go for it.
Okay, Dissonance comes out. They're respecting the orb as Deft looking for even more. This Drake is going to come through here, but Croco knows that he has smite, and they don't. As the pillar is beautiful. No one's going to be able to get in range. They confirm that goes down, and the shockwave is going to be used onto just one troll. As they also have the Ren to try and secure it as well, as Hanwha Life Esports should at least be able to try and contest the area, but the turn is so dangerous. Effort looming once again with his bevy of CC. Doesn't have the Solar Flare, but Summit, he's got full health and a lot of other things. As the Shockwave will connect onto 2. Fate immediately vacates the area as Croco's incredibly low. Deft locks down the kill. And Live Sandbox, they have to get out of here. And now Hanwha, with a lot of damage, are looking to start the Baron for themselves.
This would not be the first time in this series where we see a Baron end up deciding the fate of one of these two teams. But at least this time with the damage output, the follow-up, and the lack of commitment by Live Sandbox here, they're able to walk away with their lives for the most part, set up for a re-engage here. And Summit is just doing so much in this game.
He is huge. I mean, he's the one that stopped that Baron, land a couple of shock blasts and make sure that they don't have the health bars to do it safely.
And like, when you look at some of these items here for Live Sandbox, the itemization has been just like a race to try to get to the most possible damage, the most possible burst, as this is going to be the stun that prevents a Lantern take. And Morgan is like...
Double control ward.
Double control ward and the pillar.
Yeah, the pillar. Double control ward, totem ward, and pillar. My goodness, you ain't clicking
now,
that, man.
After this, unfortunately, Hanwha Esports' comp is still very strong, and we see another Moonlight Vigil do a ton of damage. This is going to force Live Sandbox to actually give this up, and Effort is going to die. But with all the damage that Summit puts off in this fight, while also staying at full health somehow miraculously, they cannot start it again themselves. So just going to be a Vision War right now here, and they have Callista. So as you mentioned, like, they can just start this again. There's no vision, and Hanwha Esports have to respond.
Well, I mean, they're going to spot that it's going down, but it's going down so fast. The pillar once again going to deny as the solar flare going to come through. Effort's just trying to stop them from getting in to try and steal the Baron, so he's going to sacrifice himself, and he's going to type worth in chat, and I would 100% agree with it.
I mean,
because, you know, part of me thinks that that might be the way for Hanwha.
That's the idea.
As the Jace is actually just going to do so much work, though, as Fate takes a lot of damage from Chovy, who is very strong. This Shockwave could certainly hurt. He needs to hit more than one person with it, though. As Deft, he's at full health. He decides to go forward, though, so that's going to put him on half.
It's on the wrong side of the team fight here, though. Chovy is in such a dangerous spot to actually hit that Shockwave. It's so risky how he's standing.
Well, Moonlight Vigil will connect. That's a bit of poke damage, but they get themselves the shield. Oh my goodness, the Shock Blast was massive. As Azira's going to get taken down immediately. Solar Flare is fantastic. Vista dies immediately. And the same can be said for Deft. Effort. He goes golden, is now over the wall is Chovy, but he's not actually participating in the fight. Croco now chasing after the Orianna, who will be taken down. Morgan follows suit. That's the ace, and Live Sandbox will get the 2-0.
That's going to be a 2-0 tonight, and that is going to put them in such a good position here to potentially take top 2 spots here, skip the first round of playoffs.
I think they confirm it. With a 2-0, I think they are confirmed first or second for Live Sandbox, which is just huge.
It's pretty massive if they actually are confirmed.
Or at least that's what I read. Now that I think about it objectively, I don't think that makes any sense at all. So
it's a really good chance, though.
There's still definitely a very good chance.
Yeah, no, for sure. As this is just desperation here from Hanwha Esports. 2 rough drafts back-to-back. This one much better than the first, but still not enough.
Yeah, a lot of desperation now as they try and hold on to their Nexus. But Prince should be able to hop on over and grab this one. They've got the Elder Drake buff as well, remember. As Deft goes golden, Croco is going to die. The Emperor's Divide used just for fun, as the Shockwave doesn't do too much, and that is going to be that. Live Sandbox with the 2-0 over Hanwha Esports. Man,
that damage is big.
Yeah, I think your choice of Summit is certainly looking pretty good. And we mentioned that it was a bit of a flat line. It was for so much of that game, just the gold lead not going anywhere at all. And then Live Sandbox decided to win. And it's been the case for